watching the game today, and I'm always someone I always try to be honest. I always try to be upfront. I always try to be as integral as I can. And I'm someone that's kind of looked at, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. I don't want to come across like a flip flop, but I was watching today and my honest thoughts throughout that game were I really do think I'm wrong about Graham Potter. I just thought this team, there's something they lack. And maybe it's the manager. I'm not 100% sitting there saying I think they should sack him. They shouldn't give him any more time. I'm not doing a complete U-turn. I just watched it today and thought to myself, maybe what I think I'm seeing isn't there. I'm not right about everything. No one ever is, especially YouTubers. You know, we have opinions like you do, and my opinion holds no more weight than yours does. And I just watched Chelsea today and saw a team that, as soon as they conceded that free kick, the fight went. But even in the first half, Southampton, who are bottom of the league, had the better of the play. They had the better chances. They looked more likely. And I'll always hold my hands up when I think I'm getting something wrong. And I've believed in what I've said around this medium-term project, this long-term project for Chelsea. But I think I might have got this wrong. I really do think I might have got Graham Potter wrong. You know, I'm talking about patience and Chelsea fans giving him time. But I watched today, and it was almost like an awakening. You ever been sitting in class at school? I got this more in maths than any other lesson. And you were struggling with how the equation worked, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. And then one very moment it clicks, and then suddenly it's almost like you can see the humans through the matrix. You understand what all the answers are. I think, oh, I understand it now, like a eureka moment. It's kind of how this game felt for me, watching it, and I'm thinking, I just kept telling myself, I think you're wrong, Terry. I can't quite put my finger on what. I don't have the words to describe how I felt today, but there was just a part of me, a little niggle in the back of my mind that said, I think you're wrong, Terry. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong to tell Chelsea fans to have patience with Potter. The project, yes, but maybe not Potter. Just not something about it ain't right. Maybe I've been deluding myself. Maybe I've been ignoring what fans have been saying to me. And I apologize for that if I have. But it was something about today that just stood out to me. Maybe it just took this amount of time for me to see it. You know, that's the way the world is. You know, I was one of the first people to see Arsenal turning it around and becoming a brilliant team. Most people didn't. They're seeing it now. You know, we all see things at different times. And maybe I was ignoring the words of Matt, who's backstage, and other Chelsea fans, and Rory. Maybe I'm just wrong. I want your thoughts on that, people. I want to know what you think and feel. Should Graham Potter be sacked by Chelsea? Because the guy can't get his team to score goals. They're not winning games. And they're devoid of ideas. I mean, they should have scored today. But you can't keep putting it down to curses and bad luck. There comes a point where it's got to be something to do with how the players feel. And why do they feel so bad? I'm very confused. M&G Maxwell says, hello, I am 10. My name is Gracie, and I think you're the best. Well, hello, Gracie. I hope you're very, very well, and thank you for being so very, very kind. That means a great deal. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to some more of these super chats here. Possible dial in with my camera on this time. Yeah, I will. I'll put the link in the live comment section now if people want to call in and have their say today. Obviously, we're live after Newcastle, Liverpool as well. Oh, yes, let's rest everyone when we need a win, is what Dyke says here. Very, very angry fan. It's official. We are cursed as a club. Can't score. Everyone seems to have the perfectly timed block for us, and Potter continues to use unforgivable lineups. Can't defend him anymore. He's got to go. Chelsea, bad first half, not great second, must win and still couldn't score, is what Gav's got to say to us here today. I know you said time for Potter, but that's unacceptable. Yeah, listen. I agree, and I can always put my hands up. I never double down on things that I think I'm wrong about, and I'm just starting to feel like I could have been wrong. I saw it differently, maybe. And listen, you should always be educated by people that support a club. Like Chelsea fans are closer to Chelsea than I am. And my eyes have been awoken today. My eyes have been awoken today. Potter out, absolute trash is what Victor says here. Trust the process bullshit. There is no process in place to trust Potter out. C also here says we were outclassed by a managerless, bottom of the league team. We looked like the lower level club today. Absolutely toothless. Fear factor left with Roman. I think there's a lot of truth in that, my friend. A lot of truth. You predicted Arsenal to win when before the start or during the season. I predicted Arsenal to come third before the season started. And I said they'd become title contenders by the end of the year in terms of good enough to win. It was about 10 games in where I started, I think they could even win the damn thing. So I changed my mind based on the evidence I saw. Big win today, as we have a favourable run of games, is what George says. And you do. Arsenal should win their next 3 games on paper. If they're concentrated, if they're deadly, they can win them and be 5 points clear. I believe Man United is in contention for the title. Well, bro, I hope you're right. People think I don't want United in the title race. I do. I'm just not fully convinced yet. If I'm wrong, listen, you're going to see the happiest any human being has ever been, ever in the history of the world football, of being wrong. I want to be wrong. I 110% want to be wrong about that. Will Newcastle hold a 1 minute silent for Atsu? Potentially. I think they should. I was very shocked by that news today because I swear I saw big outlets say that he was alive and well a few days ago. Terrible news. Play Trossard centre forward, Tierney left back, and Zinchenko DM. Sorted. Is what Andrew says here. Top of the league with a game in hand. What a day to be a Gooner. And can you imagine, AA, if the players reacted like fans on Wednesday and gave up? The fans who gave up Wednesday, hang your head in absolute shame. Thank you, Maxwell, there for becoming an official member. I really appreciate that. Jesus gonna feel like a new sign-in. Come on, you Gooners, is what Peter Baker says here. Thank you to Paul for becoming an official member here. That means a lot to us. Have hope. Where are you? This is karma, you disrespectful man. I am ready to watch you waffle again about this Champions League win. Lol, you got shat on by bottom of the league, is what V33 has got to say. The process can continue without Potter. Potter out, is what David says here. Potter, in my opinion, is a mid-table manager. A lot of people going in today. How many times do managers do well at a small club, get a big club and fail? Some risk as signing a player off a good, same risk as signing a player off of a good World Cup. I think it's a great point. And Potter out, Hansi Flick in, keep the conspiracy theory going, is what Obi Ken Kenobi has got to say here. And look, I've already stated, I think I just think I'm wrong. I think I was wrong about it. That's all I've got to say. All I've got to say is I think I was wrong about it. I can't say any more. I think I was completely and utterly wrong about Graham Potter. I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he'll be the guy. That's just how I feel today. Now, listen, you can win 3 or 4 games and go, actually, maybe I was being a little bit hasty, but I'm just getting that feeling. You know, you've been in a relationship with someone and they do something or they behave in a particular way, and you just have this moment where you go, yeah, you're not for me. It could just be a little thing they say or a little thing they do. You're like, yeah, I ain't liking that. You know, I was dating a girl once years ago. I was young, about 20 years old, and I was around a family's house. And then her dad said something while I was watching rugby about a player, and it was a language he used to just describe this player. And I was like, ooh, a little bit of racism. I just heard it from another room. And I looked at her and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna duck out now because being around her and her family, they ain't for me. And that's just how I feel about Potter today. Not that he's racist, right? Just I saw something where I was like, something about today just clicked in me, changed in me, where I'm like, yeah, there's something about that ain't right.